Hi everyone, thanks for watching my first instructional video for mathematics this year. I'm going to be posting these videos a couple of times a week just so that parents and kids can both together have a look at what we're learning in maths group time and just kind of have a little practice of some of these skills at home just to make sure that everybody's feeling confident and happy in what we're doing at school. Today, or this week I should say, is an addition and subtraction week, and the first strategy that we've been looking at today is compensation. Now this strategy is really useful because it reduces the number of steps that are required to solve particularly addition problems, but it can also be related to subtraction once we've got the addition under wraps. Now the way that this strategy works in a very simple case is we're having a look at the numbers that we're trying to add and seeing if one of them is really close to a tens number. And here I can see that this one is very close to the number 20. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to make this problem 37 plus 20. Now when I plot that on the number line, I'm starting with my 37 there. We've already got that in the bank, and we're adding 20 to that. So that actually makes things quite simple because we can have a look at the tens now, and that makes 3 and 2, 50, and the ones remain the same. That takes us to 57. Now, what I've been trying to explain to students today is that by doing that, we've actually added too much. We've added more than what we needed to. So now we need to adjust that. Now, thinking about the direction of a number line, if we're going this way, the numbers are getting larger. If we're going this way, the numbers are getting smaller. So in this case, I'm going to do a jump going that way because that represents me going down. I've added 20 when I only wanted to add 19. So the trick here is then to take 1 off. 20 with 1 off equals 19, and that gets me to 56. And then the last step is to record my answer. Now, this strategy is particularly useful when you've got numbers, such as this one, that are really close to the tens. Now, I'm just going to flip over for a moment and do one last example. The same thing would happen in a problem like this. Nope, I'm going to change that. Okay, so in this case, I can see here that that number could easily be rounded up to a tens number, and I would get myself to 40. So I'm going to start with my number in the bank. That goes down here on the number line. And rather than doing 142 plus 37, I'm going to do the much easier sum of 142 plus 40. So here represents my jump of 40. And I'm looking in the tens here. The 4 and 4 is 8, so that's going to be 182. Now I've added 40 when I only wanted to add 37. So the trick is now that I need to adjust it. I need to take away however many, too many I added. I know that's confusing terminology, but I don't know any other way of explaining it off the top of my head. So I need to take away 3 because I added 3 too many. I need to duck it back. And that's a much easier sum there of 182. Take away the 3, lands me at my answer of 179. Now, the alternate strategy for doing that would be to use the jump strategy. Now, if I was to do that, it means that I'm adding tens and then I'm adding ones, which you can see already is a lot of steps. Doing the compensation strategy, it narrows it down to 2. And this is what we've been talking about all day today. The whole point of these mental strategies is to try and get us to the answer accurately, but in the least number of steps so that we're not taking up any of our working memory. Okay, so once again, this strategy is called compensation. It's what we're going to be practicing all throughout this week and trying to get right before we move on to applying it to subtraction. So I hope this video helps, and happy practicing.